I have a shark. His name is Spark. I won him at this little like carnival thingy where you shoot like water into like a hole and then you're supposed to like pop a balloon. So yeah, I won a shark. His name is Spark. But going on, this is a video I made about YCS Kansas City. The big deck that everyone knows going into it is it's going to be the release of Rabbit or Rescue Rabbit, as you already know it. This is a level 4 monster. Once per turn, when you banish this, you can special summon 2 level 4 normal monsters from your deck to the field with the same name, and the effect can only be used once per turn. Well, with Rescue Rabbit being released, it makes over when it comes Exceed, you can go Rescue Rabbit, bring out 2 dinosaurs, and Exceed into Lagia, which is basically like a 2400 Solemn Judgment. How to counter that deck is a couple of cards that I actually really like, and I'm planning on using at Kansas City if I go. The first card is Spirit Reaper. Spirit Reaper is just a wall, and this card, they have a lot of problems getting over it in the main deck. At the moment, like, their biggest like only out to him is Dark Hole, or if they have certain decks where like they might tech a Gale or just random cards like Econ, things like that. But Spirit Reaper is just like a wall. The way you play against Rabbit is you just play it like you would against Perfection. Just wall with Reaper and force the negates, and then eventually make a big push, hold your cards and make a push with them. And Reaper, being a wall it is, lets you like set up for those cards. The next card I want to talk about is Neospatian Grandmal. This card, like, when they bring out Lagia, this forces negate by itself, just for the fact that if you summon him and they don't negate, you can just bounce it back and you get a free +1 off of that. So that's just the reason why I like Mole, and he just gets over like a lot of big monsters that you normally wouldn't be able to get over. Just by, it's like a big mini Econ. That's just how I think about him, or a reusable Econ. Next card that I'd consider would be a Chaos Hunter or Imperial Iron Wall. Having a Chaos Hunter board, the effect reads that when your opponent special summons a monster, you can discard a card to special summon this card from your hand. Your opponent cannot remove cards in play. So against Dimensional Rabbit, or just Rabbit decks in general, when they're trying to remove the Rabbit or anything, Chaos Hunter just says no. And the fact that the attack is 2500, it gets over most of whatever they can exceed into. So if they were to pop off Rabbit, you go Chaos Hunter, and when they bring out the 2 monsters, it forces them to either Utopia instead of going to Lagia or the one that negates the effects. So yeah, Chaos Hunter is just a good card because it stops them from moving Rabbit each turn and looping you with Tour Guide into Leviair. Imperial on Wall is also another card you can consider with those 2 like that. The last card I want to talk about is Prohibition. Prohibition, I just love this card. Against a certain deck, or against certain decks that rely on one card or the deck revolves around one card, Prohibition starts to see a lot of play again. So as a sideboard material card, you can just add in and call Prohibit Rescue Rabbit. You can prohibit if you're like planning on setting a lot of back row, Heavy Storm, MSTs, just you can prohibit a lot of things. So yeah, that's just the main reason why I like that card. The deck I feel strong about going into Kansas City is I like heroes. Like with the Reese, or the fact that there's a hero for almost every element, this card is just really good, where if they just sit on anything, you can just go Super Poly, pop off my monster, take your card, and now I have an Ab-Zero that, like a Raigeki. I have an E-Hero Gaia, which I'll just cut your monster in half and I'll run over it and deal a bunch of damage to you. Tornado, just cut everything in half on board. Or Nova Master, where I'm just getting a lot of pluses on that. And same with the Shining. But yeah, other than that, those are just a few card tech choices that I just want to talk about going into Kansas City. And just cards that work really well against Rabbit. Yeah, if you have any questions or any other suggestions, just leave a comment down below. Thumbs up, subscribe. Thomas out.